Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Greenhill, and happy Founders Day. For those of you who are able, please rise for the singing of the national anthem and join the Greenhill singing for the singing. Good morning again. Happy 73rd birthday, Greenhill. So good to be together today, celebrating the past, present, and future of our amazing school. As always, it's important to remember we share our birthday with one of the most painful and tragic days in American history. To me, recognizing this event does not make the occasion more somber, but it does imbue our founding with even more importance. Last week, I asked a second grader, who will remain nameless, to tell me what I should say today. He said I should tell everyone, first, thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Fulton. Second, creating this school was a good idea. And third, we're still here. That last part feels especially important. And I think he was trying to communicate it directly to Bernard and Helen. And I have to say, it often feels like they're watching what I'm doing. The school that Bernard and Helen Fulton started on September 11th, 1950, was founded as an alternative, as something different, to give people a choice. Generations of teachers and students and families have built on the Fulton's courage and vision and helped foster and sustain the amazing school that Greenhill has become. We should all feel grateful to those of us who came before us, and we should feel a sense of responsibility too. A duty to continue the Fulton's legacy, to continue working to help Greenhill become the best school it can possibly be. I hope you are, like I am, deeply proud of your affiliation with Greenhill. I've said this since I arrived here 6 years ago. This school is a miracle. To be who we are and what we represent and stand for at this moment in time. To be this diverse and inclusive community. To be both of those things, and so strong and robust. This did not happen by accident. It took a lot of work. It took a lot of intention, a lot of care and consideration. And we cannot take it for granted. We have to continue to nurture it, foster it, and help it grow. Founders Day is a day where we literally link arms in friendship and community and shared conviction. The day each year we honor our past, relish our present, and recommit to the future together. It's an honor and a privilege to be here with all of you to celebrate. Happy birthday, Greenhill.
Hey, Greenhill. My name is Ian Mohammed, and I'm your student body president for the 2023-2024 school year. In an age where we are surrounded by constant negativity and monumental challenges, it can be very easy to feel overwhelmed and helpless. Climate change worsens year by year. Social injustices persist, and economic disparity and political polarization has divided our country more than ever. Chaos continues to disrupt lives and hinders progress and creates suffering that most of us are far too removed from to understand. And yet, stress and anxiety become familiar companions to all in this world full of disturbances and pressure. But amidst this certainty, it is vital to recognize that we also live in a time of immense positivity and growth. Scientific discoveries continue to improve lives, expanding our understanding of the universe every single day. Writers and musicians inspire us with their creativity, having the profound ability to touch the depths of human emotion, leaving a lasting impact on us. Social activists dedicate their lives advocating for human rights, fighting injustices. In today's world, it is easy to get caught up in the constant stream of negativity that surrounds us, but we must make a conscious effort to acknowledge the good in our world. At the heart of this positivity lies this: the importance of being at peace with us and our surroundings. A quote I came across says, "Peace does not mean to be in a place where there is no trouble, no noise, or hard work. It means to be in the midst of all these things and still be calm in our heart." Peace isn't simply the absence of challenges or disturbances in our lives. We all know that's impossible. It's an inner state of tranquility that coexists with this chaotic world. We see the power of positivity and peace daily within our Greenville community. This is an environment where we not only are faced with adversity, but we also learn from our failures, emerging stronger than ever before. Whether it is in or out the classroom, we are encouraged to think critically, ask questions, search for solutions, fostering an atmosphere where we flourish. The bonds we form within the Greenville community are a testament to the power of unity and understanding. We celebrate the diversity and uniqueness of our backgrounds, recognizing that it is in our differences that we find the strength and capacity for empathy. In an age where we are surrounded by constant negativity and monumental challenges, it is important to acknowledge the positives and coexist alongside them. It's not about the grand gestures, but the everyday acts of kindness that shapes the world. At Greenville, we are positioned to lead by example, inspiring others as we act as catalysts for positive change in an ever-evolving world. Let us carry this mindset forward within our community and the outside world. Let us be beacons of hope, understanding, and positivity. Let us affirm peace. Thank you. Now I ask you all to stand and sing, "Let There Be Peace on Earth," showing the values of peace Greenville upholds.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Founders Day! My name is Jeanette Gannon. I am honored to stand before you today at my last Founders Day as we celebrate the founding history of Green Hill. Green Hill's history would not be complete without telling you about one of our most impactful teachers, Estelle Dickens, a Green Hill legend who led with unmatched compassion, patience, and care. Estelle Dickens began her journey at Green Hill in the 1960s, driven by a simple newspaper ad that led her from a classroom jam-packed with 50 students to our welcoming doors. She began as a fourth grade teacher, but her tenure here would span more than 44 years, 14 of which she served as the head of Lower School, and transformed Green Hill to have one of the best lower schools in the city. What remained constant throughout her decades of service was her unwavering passion for education and her dedication to each student. Estelle Dickens tirelessly dedicated herself to each student who entered Green Hill, ensuring that they received the best education possible. Her selflessness extended beyond our school walls to the broader Dallas community, where she tutored countless children in math and reading, helping them find success in their academic journeys. Although Estelle Dickens is unfortunately no longer with us, her legacy still lives on through every classroom and corridor of Green Hill. In honor of her generous spirit and dedication to the sometimes incredibly arduous task of education, I am delighted to announce this year's Estelle Dickens Service Drive. Over the next week and a half, we will be collecting school supplies to donate to the 680 students of Bush Elementary. It's important to remember that new school supplies every year are a privilege, and that we are in a position where we are fortunate enough to be able to help those students get the supplies that they need to succeed. Bins for collecting your school supplies have already been placed all throughout Green Hill, so please keep an eye out for them and contribute generously. As members of the Green Hill community, this meaningful opportunity is not just a reflection of Estelle Dickens' values, but also our culture as a school. The service drive presents us with a meaningful opportunity to carry forward both her legacy and our own by supporting the education of students across Dallas. So in the spirit of Estelle Dickens, let's come together as a school and take advantage of this opportunity. Thank you so much, everyone, and look out for those donation boxes. Good morning. My name is Elsa Gamble. I'm a fourth grade student in Green Hill School. I joined Green Hill Pre-K so I'd celebrate Founders Day many times. My favorite part has always been the part that I'm about to announce, the ice cream social. In 1950, Green Hill was founded by two teachers, Mr. and Mrs. Fulton. They wanted a school that welcomed boys and girls with no racial, economic, or religious restrictions, so they founded Green Hill with this purpose. Mr. and Mrs. Fulton helped discover what was new in the Green Hill community. So Mrs. Fulton decided that she would give the children ice cream after lunch to bring the students together and encourage conversations. This is how the ice cream social was born. Everyone enjoyed it so much that this tradition carried on for 73 years, and today we will be celebrating it for the 75th time. This year's theme is Designing Our Future, and I know that Green Hill School will help all of us make a bigger, brighter future, not only for ourselves, but also for everyone else. So today, after lunch, we will be getting ice cream to continue the ice cream social tradition and get started designing our future together. Thank you, and enjoy the ice cream, everyone.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Lorelei Staub, Green Hill class of 2001 and the current Alumni Board President. Alumni are people that have graduated from Green Hill. You might have a Green Hill alumnus in your family, or perhaps as a teacher here on campus. The board works to foster alumni connections and further the mission of Green Hill School. I want to give a special welcome to the alumni who have joined us for the assembly this morning. If you're an alum, can y'all give us a big wave? Hello. Thanks for coming. I'm so excited to celebrate a parent of my three boys who are out there in the audience. Big shout out to them. We're about to experience a beloved Greenhill tradition. We're thrilled to have Greenhill legend and former Fine Arts faculty member Michael Maines accompany us as together we sing Best Friends. If you don't know the words yet, you can follow them on the screen. Take it away, Mr. Maines.
We gather this morning to celebrate 73 amazing years of Greenhill School, which were lived one moment at a time by our over 5,000 alumni, over 10,000 total students, and 2,000 employees. Our history is a compendium of your history and my history and their history. This is our history, and this is what makes this place such a remarkable community. To those of you new to the Hill, you join a glorious timeline and a sturdy family tree with deep roots. If you are new to Greenhill this year, please stand up and let us offer you a warm Greenhill welcome. We are glad you are here. We are better because you're here. And I don't know about you, but as someone who has been on this campus for 52 years, I feel mighty lucky to be here right now in 2023, one of the most exciting times in our whole history. And having said that, it's time for our youngest students to head back to their classrooms. They've been an incredible audience, but we don't want to push our luck. How about a big hand for the CDC, the 3K, and the Clay Hornet? Every year it seems so easy when we draw it up to get them out of the building, and it's always fun to watch it actually happen. So now we've reached the didactic part of our ceremony. We've got some learning to do today, Greenhill. And we're going to start with a quick Greenhill history course refresher before we get down to the really tough questions that I'm going to ask you to think about in a minute. We're going to play a little trivia game by our Heart of the Hill groups. Mr. Hart has generously offered to provide the prize winning money today. Yes, the Heart of the Hill group, red, blue, green, or gold, that wins will split this shiny $5 bill. Thank you, Mr. Hart. Love those core values: compassion, courage, integrity, excellence, frugality. I need my lower school game contestants to come forward, please. I've got Kensington. If you are blue, a big hand for Kensington. If you are green, a big hand for Ivy. If you are red, a big hand for Case. And if you're gold, a big hand for Trey. All right. All right, the first question. You all are going to hold up the card that you think is correct. You can advise your representative. First question. Which of the following was never a classroom pet at Greenhill? Was it number one, Longfellow the boa constrictor? Was it number two, Tinkle the chimpanzee? Was it number three, Daisy the chimpanzee? Or was it number four, Igor the Sasquatch? All right, are we ready? Let's find out the answer. First of all, go! Yes, we have Longfellow. Yes, we have Tinkle. Yes, we have Daisy. But we never have a Sasquatch. Question number two, which of the following was never a dress code rule at Greenhill? Number one, boys had to wear coats and ties on Friday. Number two, girls had to wear dresses or skirts every single day unless the temperature was below 32 degrees, at which point they could wear pants. Number three, every upper school English teacher had to have tattoos. And number four, English students could not wear tennis shoes or t-shirts except in PT classes. Which will it be? We got the name. What is it? It was never a rule that you want to have tattoos. So Mr. Mercurio took them all by himself. All right, question three. Which of the following was never a sport at Greenhill? Number one, cheerleading on the balance beam. Number two, ice hockey. Number three, handball hurdling.
And number 4, weightlifting in the circle. Oh! We can run right in the circle. We can hurdle those hay-bales. We can cheer on a balance beam, but we never had ice hockey. Bummer. All right, how about a big hand for our 4 lower schools? I am going to let Mr. Martinson in the finance office determine exactly how they are going to split those winnings. It's maybe a fishes and loaves moment. All right, we've had a chance to flex our trivia muscles a bit. I want to talk a little bit about how all this history leads us into the future. And it starts with this gentleman right here. 73 years ago, Bernard Fulton sat down with his teachers and his board members, and they started to design our future, the future that we are living in today. Let's turn back the clock and look at their design from the very start. Number 1, they aim to provide financial assistance through scholarships, a hugely important value. Check. They aimed to employ the best faculty, maintaining salaries which will attract and hold outstanding teachers. Check. They aimed to build by 1970 an enrollment of 600 students. Barely, but check. And this next one's a little wordy, but it's wonderful. To imbue the minds and hearts of Green Hill students with the principles of democracy, which, among other values, means self-reliance and the innate dignity of all humans. Check. And last, but not least, to make Green Hill School the finest private coeducational preparatory school in our country. I may be so bold, and you can join me. Check. That was some serious designing they did back in 1950. But while they were designing our future, did you know that we were almost the Keystone School? But we weren't. We were almost the Vikings and not the Hornets. We almost had red and blue as our school colors. We almost had to wear uniforms. We almost had to close the school when it burned down in 1963, but we didn't. And we almost sold off 1/3 of our campus when we were short of money in 1970, but we didn't. And I would suggest that that's because here in Green Hill, we are scrapping. And the green and gold has always dreamed big and bold. You don't get to be the finest private coeducational institution in the country without a daring design. And so I've been digging through the Green Hill archives and came across a little-known sketch by one of the world's greatest designers, Leonardo da Vinci. Ever heard of him? The dude was pretty clairvoyant. His discovery has been rumored in archaeological circles for years, but now I can confirm for you that it exists. Behold the Vitruvian Hornet. Our designing forebear. Yes, my friends, we were destined to be designers. It's in our genes. Some of us even wore designer jeans back in the day. And sometimes you have to try some crazy ideas before you hit on just the right idea. So we're going to look very quickly at 4 campus plans that we have had in our history. The first one, this is when we moved to this campus in 1959. This is what Green Hill could have looked like. A couple of years later, we went with O'Neill Ford's design, starting with the Agnes Science Building and the dining hall and the library. Oh, and this one, little Molly Jetson Fulton designed this campus. There's still hope that that may come true at some point. And here's where we are. Where are we going from here? Part of designing our future has always been to go to places that nobody else has ever gone before, to try things that other schools are afraid to try, and you've heard it before. We were founded to be different. So let's play a little game of what if. What if our founders had decided to design a school like all the other schools in Dallas at that time that were just for all boys or all girls? We would be missing half of our friends in this room today. What if our founders had designed a school just for science brainiacs? I wouldn't be here, but it'd be a cool school. What if they had designed it just for kids who could sing opera? Boy, a lot of us would get kicked out of that place. How about just for kids who can bench press 400 pounds? That'd be a small school, and I'm guessing Coach Williams might enjoy that. What if they had designed a school that was just for high school? What would this place be without our preschool and lower school friends? What if they had designed a school just for people who were born in this country? What if they had designed a school just for people who have a lot of money? Thank goodness, our founders knew that this school needed all sorts of people and designed a financial aid program from the beginning. What if our founders had designed a school just for kids who went to the same school that Mr. Fulton did, the same church that Mr. Fulton did? That wouldn't work. What if they designed a school just for people named Hildegard? Anybody hear that Hildegard? Our founders designed a school that would give us endless possibilities and options when it became our turn to design our future. And so, here we are, friends. It's our turn. Designing our future is not just Mr. Hart's job, though he is an amazing designer. And it's not just the adults' job. We've got a world to change, and we're ready for the world ahead. I can't wait to see the future that we design, that you design. And this much I know, our world will be more hopeful because of the world that we design, because the very best designers on the planet are sitting in this room right now. I hope you're ready to get down and do some serious designing. And one of the best strategies for designing our future is making sure we understand our past. And so now we will hear about one of our favorite traditions, our naming of Heart of the Hill groups for extraordinary heroes in our history. 8th grader Adam Hock will tell us about the Randy and Bob Murphy group. James Malucci will introduce us to Coach Richard F. Hall.
I'll be introducing you to Randy and Bob Murphy, two Greenhill icons who helped shape the school we know today. I'll first be talking about Randy Murphy. Randy joined Greenhill in 1977 after teaching in Garland Public School for 8 years prior. At Greenhill, she taught upper school math. One thing that surprised Randy was the connection between the students and faculty. It was something particularly unique to Greenhill. One thing that she recalled that was unique was that students would come into her classroom just to sit and talk, and it was a new experience at Greenhill. Randy stated that she learned something from everyone she met at faculty, which proves the amazing teaching environment Greenhill has. The connection between the Greenhill community is strong for everyone. In fact, Randy even met her future husband, Bob Murphy, while working at Greenhill. Randy was so devoted to creating the best teaching environment for her students that one year he even took chemistry as a student to see how the learning environment could improve. Now we'll be talking about Randy's husband, Bob Murphy. Bob joined Greenhill in 1978 to become the middle school assistant head. There was a sense at Greenhill that everybody knew everybody. This is a quote from Bob Murphy. Bob is so devoted to his students that after the horrible Greenhill fire in 1987, he tirelessly worked and figured out how to schedule every single upper school class somewhere on campus, even with the lack of rooms. He figured out how to combine spaces, how to share rooms, and even how to use closets and corners of the library. One thing Bob particularly loved was graduation on campus. He recalled one year when there was a giant storm on campus, they had to fight the elements through the entire ceremony. And this is one of his favorite memories at Greenhill. The sense of community was so big that even the storm couldn't stop the ceremony. Bob served as assistant head of middle school, assistant head of upper school, head coach of varsity baseball, head coach of varsity basketball, and head coach of varsity golf. For the monumental impact Randy Murphy and Bob Murphy had on Greenhill, we will be renaming HOA to Gold 11 in honor of these two legends. Bob Murphy is in attendance today, and now I'd like to
Hello, everyone. My name is James Bellucci. I'm a senior. It's my 11th year at Greenhill. As someone who's been in the Gold 12 HOA group for over a decade, I've been in an amazing community as a grown. Going from the youngest kid in Gold 12 to the oldest over time was a fun experience, and I'll always be thankful for how I've been up. With that being said, I would like to introduce everyone on behalf of Gold 12 to a man named Richard F. Hall. Mr. Hall came to Greenhill in 1970 to coach the Greenhill soccer team. He was an extremely experienced defender coming from the Dallas Tornado, previously playing for multiple teams including the English Bournemouth, even making 4 appearances for the U.S. men's national team. Mr. Hall coached for 36 seasons and won over 500 games for Greenhill soccer. In the 81-82 season, Hall would take his team to win the SBC Finals against St. Mark's with an 18-1-1 record, which started a streak of 8 consecutive SBC championships in a row. This was an impressive achievement for Hall and Greenhill Athletics and made our name known within SBC as a successful soccer program. Throughout all 36 seasons, Hall left his impact on a large number of young athletes, inspiring them on and off the field. As a Black role model, he helped contribute to what Greenhill means to me and many others due to him being a person that you could look up to. Hall stepped down from coaching in Greenhill in 2010, but his impact remains to this day. I would like to announce that Gold 12 will now be known as the Richard F. Hall in honor of his contributions to the Greenhill community. He is in attendance today. If we could please recognize him with a round of applause.
Continuing in our tradition of honor and excellence on Founders Day, I want to recognize our most recent faculty legends. If you'll rise to be recognized. First, Karen Jadowski. Barry I. Gabby Mosqueda. And Darren Sandler, class of 95. I also want to recognize our faculty leader and Penny Nicholson Award winners from last year. Our faculty leader award winner is John Rortvedt. John is not here today, but let's recognize John. Lizetta Cabral. Congratulations again.
A note for those of you who are interested in greeting and spending a little time with Bob Murphy and with Coach Hall, they will be in a reception right outside these doors afterwards if you'd like to stop by and say hello to them. And now I want to introduce to you 3 leaders who will represent this community through the 73 years of our history. Mr. Tino Torres, who at year 44 is the senior faculty member on campus. Mr. Torres. He will represent all employees of the school's history. Laura Lay Stahl, we met earlier, class of 01. Laura will represent all of students in our history. And Riyadh Muhammad will represent all of our current students, all of you out there today.
Today we stand in silent gratitude for Greenhill. This candle is being lighted for those moments in which we affirm the mission of Greenhill School, its core values, and its motto, Per Aspera ad Astra.
We recognize and are grateful for those sacrifices and vision of the Northern Fund and faculty members who followed Green in the 1950s, and for the teachers, administrators, and staff members who have nurtured thousands of students in pursuit of the dream in the decades since then.
In our expression of gratitude, we are linked with those teachers and those sons and daughters of Greenhill who have gone before, and all those who will come after us.
Will you please stand and join in the singing of Hail to Greenhill?
concludes our ceremony, if you will please sit tight, walk amongst your friends, while the lower school exits the building. We're going to let the lower school go first. Middle school, if you'd like to exit out these doors. Middle school, after these doors.